What is going on, everyone? It has been a long time since we've made a video. A lot has changed, some very exciting things.
Yeah, we are currently working on our biggest adventure yet.
We are starting travel nursing here in seriously 2.5 weeks.
Oh, geez.
I think since last summer or in the fall, we kind of started seriously considering travel nursing. Before then, it was kind of like, oh, that would be so much fun. But I think in the fall, there was, I don't know what changed, but
It's always been Val's life goal, and she's been trying to convince me it's a good idea for the longest time. So I think she's finally convinced me.
we'll see how it goes. But we're travel nursing, and we were going to wait until May to get started, but at the beginning of this year we were just like, you know what, if something pops up, we're going to take a chance on it.
We decided that if the perfect opportunity to pop up, then we would jump on it, and we think the probably most perfect opportunities popped up, so we kind of jumping on that right now.
I accepted a position on a pediatric step-down unit, which that is the same exact type of unit that I'm working on now. They have a little bit broader spectrum of patients, but I'm very excited to learn about all of that nursing process and that type of care, and just everything that has to do with those new patient populations for me.
Yeah, good new challenge, but not too drastic.
Yeah, there's still some like bread and butter for me in there. But the whole process was so fast. I told my nursing recruiter that I was interested in a job. It popped up in the morning. I looked the night before, and then the next morning the job opportunity had popped up, and I told my recruiter I was interested, and seriously within 36 hours I had an interview with that unit manager and I had a job. And everything, we're like, oh my gosh, this is happening. There's so much to do.
Yeah, I started kicking it into overdrive. It was no longer a loose goal, it was happening.
Yeah. What are we doing with our house?
We at first can't take our dog because it's a long trip for him and he's older, and the Airbnb that we're staying in doesn't allow pets right now. So my brother, who lives in Indy too, he's gonna house sit for us and watch him while we figure out a place where we can go, where we can come back and get him. So my brother will be keeping the house nice and, established, and maybe be here while we get some contractors to finish some minor stuff out if we need to, if we run out of time, that kind of thing. But currently we're just gonna keep it for a few months, get it ready for the market, and see what happens after that.
Yep. So we're staying in an Airbnb this time. In the future, we're looking for other options, but more on that later. Another question that we've been getting from a lot of our families and friends are, what are you gonna do with all of your stuff? So I'm sure...
Sell it.
I know. I'm sure any homeowner understands that when you have a room in a house, it's just inevitable. Like, you're going to fill it with stuff eventually. We are going to be getting a storage unit. We are going to restrict ourselves. We haven't looked at storage units yet. That's on the to-do list. For now, we will probably just keep our things in our house, because why get a storage unit if you're still gonna have your house? But we are gonna get a storage unit and put away things that we really just don't want to buy again, or it wouldn't be financially like a good idea to get rid of. So a lot of Dave's power tools, or
stuff that was given to us, like a lot of tools I've got.
And we have certain things like we have a cedar chest full of memory things that we want to keep, and I don't know, just things like that. We want to keep our Christmas tree, which I know is kind of silly, but we really like our Christmas tree. Another common question that we've been getting is, what is Dave doing?
Traveling stay-at-home dad.
Yes. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so much fun.
The plan is to do some homeschooling, do some outside activities. The place where we're going, which we're not gonna reveal yet.
At the end of the video.
We're going to, do a lot more outside stuff. Jensen's doing like preschool stuff anyway, so we're just gonna make sure we can continue with his education because he's doing well with it now. So we're gonna keep him going on that. So that's the plan for now.
Yep. Something else, we have been preparing the kids for this, especially Jensen. Josie, she's young enough to where I think she will adapt pretty easily. I'm not really worried about her, but for a toddler, it can be traumatic for making a big change just all of a sudden. So we have been preparing him. We have been talking about moving away. We've been talking about where we are going. We've shown him pictures and little video clips of things that we will be doing, and asking him, what do you think about this? Does that look like fun to you? What would you like to do while we're here? And just sort of preparing him in that regards, and also preparing him for being away from family, because we do see our family quite often, and I think that is going to be one of the biggest adjustments for all of us, is not having grandparents nearby to watch the kids, and the kids not being able to spend as much time with their grandparents as they do now. We are planning on doing weekly video chats, or probably even more than once a week, with the grandparents, so they can still keep those relationships with our kids. But we do know that it is going to be a big change for them. But kids are also so adaptive, and once they find their groove, they just take off and they soar and they grow, and it is beautiful to watch. So we're really excited to see that with our kids too.
I think another question too is people are trying to figure out how long this kind of lifestyle would be sustainable for young parents with 2 kids. And really our plan is to see how long we can go. Just try to kind of start out small and do a contract now and then based off of that one. But minimum, I think a year we would try to do, but maximum, as long as possible.
Yeah.
Another question we get a lot is the why. So, obviously there's a lot of whys why we'd want to do it. We both like traveling a lot, obviously, and then if we take the kids to do it, we might as well do that too. But in the last year, we've been working on getting rid of our debt. And thankfully with COVID, we both had our jobs increase. Like we had way more work. We were both doing overtime for most of the time. So we're able to reach our financial goals of paying off our debt. So the job that she's taking is gonna pay really well, but we also are gonna save a bunch of money. So we pay a lot in daycare. Roughly like $2,000 a month. We're just gonna save a ton of money that way.
Yeah, and we are doing, we have a homeschooling program picked out for him, so it's not like we're just winging it.
Oh yeah, no. We're definitely not winging it.
We are very invested into his education.
Yeah.
Just so people aren't worried about
No, there's
that.
a curriculum book that we got a couple of them, so it's not like we're just guessing.
So Dave did kind of touch on this too. Another big why for us is we do love to travel, and we want to travel more often than we are able to right now.
A little further than where we go.
Yeah. Traveling with kids, especially like road trips and stuff, it's hard to do a week trip where you're taking 3 days to get to a destination. You're there for even 5 days, and they're taking 3 days to get home. This is going to give us the opportunity to, yes, drive those 3 days with our kids, and then be able to sit still for 3.5 months and actually enjoy the vacation, or not vacation, but
it'll be a vacation for me.
Yeah. The time or the place that we are at, because we'll be in a schedule. We won't be tired all the time from traveling. Oh,
okay.
We're always tired. We won't be exhausted. Let's say that. But basically, we'll still be able to have a routine rather than when you take a week vacation, especially with kids.
It just falls apart.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Nap times are missed, meal times are late, and it's harder to keep that schedule. So this will allow us to settle down, get in our groove, and still have those important schedules, especially with a toddler. I mean, and Josie, she's almost 1, and they both need a schedule. So at the same time, when we knew that we wanted to travel more, we knew that we still needed a job. We still need a income.
Structure.
Yes. So travel nursing just does that for us. It provides us with that secure income where we're not just scraping by all the time. And we also get to travel. It's the best of both worlds.
So top 5 goals that we have set out for ourselves for this first contract, and hopefully carry them on throughout the whole travel nursing gig. So for the first one, we're gonna live more minimalistically. Right now, obviously, we don't have a huge house. We don't have a whole lot of things. We're working on that. And then when we bounce around between areas, you don't want to carry as much as possible. And we realize there's a lot of stuff we have that we barely use. Like within the last year or whatever, I've cleaned out my closet like 4 times. And it's like, okay, I think I got it down. We're also trying to have more experiences than stuff. So we're gonna put more of our, fun money into doing activities with the family and then going out and seeing stuff rather than just having items that are just gonna fade away and never be used again anyway.
Our next goal during this season of life of ours is going to be saving up for a future home or land that we can buy, hopefully just straight out of pocket, especially if it's land. We would really like to either pay off a large chunk or all of it just in cash. So we will be saving up a lot for that goal of ours too.
Our third goal is to visit all the national parks.
How many are there?
Like 63, I think, something like that. That's like all 50 states. I think more realistically, we'll do get more towards the continental 48 states, which is, I think, 47 national parks. So I think realistically, we're going to try to hit as many as possible on our trips. It is doable. I mean, people do it, but
we'll get there eventually.
Oh yeah, it's more of a long-term goal, but we're definitely going to hit as many as we can on our ways out to our destinations.
I think one of the bigger goals for this whole experience is going to be getting closer and bonding more as a family. Sometimes, at least we feel like our life has just been like flying by these past few years, and our kids are growing up so fast, and we are hoping that this is going to allow us to slow down a little bit and spend more time together and bond more with our kids and just as a couple and as a family in general.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time together, but like actually taking it in and scheduling stuff out to like doing events and all that, really filling the time instead of just kind of hanging out, making more meaningful memories and all that.
Yeah.
Branching off of that, our number 5 goal is to capture more of the experiences that we're living with photography and video. And we like making YouTube videos more so for looking back on, for like home videos kind of thing. So we really enjoy doing it, so we're trying to get more into it. So it'd be fun to capture the kids as they experience the stuff we did as kids.
Yeah. And we want our kids to be able to look back on these experiences as well, because we know that they won't remember as much as we will, but we want them to have that opportunity to see all the cool things that we are going to get to do. And yeah, just being able to look back on it ourselves too.
Yeah, and it's good to share with other people who need ideas for what to do, or seeing other experiences of other people, what we're gonna see, so we can get ideas of where to go next. It's fun to capture it all. YouTube's a good platform, so you can get ideas and share ideas. So.
We'll be able to share with our families more this way too, so they can see the things that we're doing too. All right, guys. So I think the number 1 question that we've been getting is, where are you going? Portland, Oregon.
I guess the next question would be why would you go to Portland, Oregon? And Truthfully, we like the Pacific Northwest a lot, and my best friend actually lives out there. She is going to be there for the time frame, so she'll be able to help out with showing us more stuff to do. Free babysitting, I hope.
Please, Bree, please. So we actually love Portland. We've been there a couple times. It was a familiar place. It's a familiar unit I'm going to be working on with some familiar friends. So we are so excited to start this adventure. When we post this video, we will probably already be out there in Portland. The next series that we're going to be showing you guys is kind of house preparation, packing preparation, and our road trip out to Portland.
Plan A, Plan B, Plan C.
And all the in-betweens. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with us. If you watched it this far, we know you were true friends of ours. We're super excited for this next adventure, and we hope that you follow along with us. Since we will be out in Portland already, all of our videos are kind of going to be behind real time. If you want to follow our adventures and see where we are in real time, go ahead and follow us on our Instagram page, The Traveling Smiles. And you can see like real time what we're doing, where we're going, and all that jazz. So thanks for spending time with us, guys, and we will see you in the next series.
See ya.
Bye.